Understanding psychosomatic pain and how we hold pain in the body is something that can be very, very difficult to understand. Sorry, my pug is having great fun here beside me. It's something especially when we're in pain, and a lot of the reason why I study this quite a lot about the effects of pain and how both at a research level and it started helping me understand the psychological effects of pain, but also how the medical profession are actually so not getting this. They're starting to change a little bit, but when I actually had suffered with chronic pain all through my 20s and 30s, and it was very, very difficult. It stemmed from mismanagement of back pain, and again, I know, sorry Misha, please, the funny breathing is my dog in the background here. Pugs make a lot of noises. The understanding the psychology of pain and where it comes from, and when psychosomatic pain was first explained to me from the medics, they made it sound like, oh, it's the pain that's coming from your head, and it belittled the pain that I was feeling, and I got very, very angry about this, and I was like, no, this is a physical problem. And through between my research over the years into back pain and everything, and actually looking what the definition of psychosomatic is, it basically is the effect of the mind on the body, but also, because you know me and my yin and yang, it's the effect of the body on the mind. So it becomes a two-way direction, and that is the problem that starts to stem with chronic pain, is that it wears you down. It does have a lot of psychological impact that actually amplifies it, not belittles it. And that was something that, as I suppose, what has encouraged me to do this video is to help anybody who is struggling with pain to really start to understand and realize how we can start to manage it. Because in order to get out of my own back pain and my own chronic pain, I studied this for years, as I said, both on a medical level, a research and scientific level, but also through what I knew about the yin and yang. And now, because I suppose looking at yin and yang and how it's moving into manifestation and the law of attraction, how we can actually both make it worse and make it better by you know, as I said, by how we're feeling about it. And that is, shall we say, the psychosomatic element, is how our pain is starting to make us feel. No more than that. It's the emotions that it brings up. It is the helplessness and the fear. Like, I mean, if you've really suffered serious chronic back pain, oh my God, you actually potentially could choose being tortured over ever having to go through it again. I know certainly that's how I felt. I mean, it was like getting electric shocks is the only word to describe it, like an electric shock therapy. So, you know, these emotions get instilled within us because of the pain. The problem is, if we do not release and let go of those fears and those worries and that anxiousness, it will actually still start to feed into the pain an awful lot more. And just to quickly, and I'll go into this in a lot more depth in another video, is that the areas of our body, the back is very much about our stability and if you think about it, it's the pillar of our being. So when we started, you know, back pain, when it's at the base, is very much about our root and our stabilization. When it's higher up and around our neck area, it can be around our heart and, you know, again, putting our heart and soul into something. When it's in our neck, it often can be that there's, you know, as I said, people who basically can be a pain in the neck in our lives that can actually trigger a lot of the problems there as well. And when we have these physical areas of weakness, our emotional impact, it is the area of weakness in our body. It tends to reside there and it tends to fit in and make the problem an awful lot worse. It's not easy, but actually becoming okay with it and actually being at peace. It's like when I'm having a bad day, just going, okay, I'm having a bad day, you know, but let's just see what can I do today so that tomorrow becomes better. And that is how I would have got myself out of highly severe chronic pain to having no pain. I actually don't suffer with chronic pain at all anymore. I still have to manage it. I still have to be very, very careful with it, because obviously there was something in my body that caused it in the first place. So I do have to be careful with it. But now when I start to feel pains come into my body, I actually ask, what is the reason behind this? How can I start to do it? If it's when it's a lot of physical pains, they start to shift. When it's a pain that's very ingrained, it has become entangled. Okay, so that it's a pain that has become entangled with, if there is a physical damage there, and then all the emotional stress, fears and worries then start to sit in that as well. So it really is like trying to take things one step at a time and just trying to sit and be okay with where you are. And it's like, okay, I'm frustrated. And all through my 20s, the amount of times I didn't get to go to parties, my friends will tell you, because of back pain. But the thing is that it spiraled. It kept getting worse and worse, because I kept getting angrier and more frustrated and more disappointed because things weren't happening. But this is great fun when you have you're trying to talk about a serious topic and you have a pug doing tumbles beside you. Anyway, I shall keep going. She's looking at me now. Thank you. But so it's trying to understand that and letting go. And what I know of the law of attraction, as I said, if I knew then what I understand now, of just going, okay. And the thing is that when you have a bad day, I am sorry, it's because you have overdone it in the previous days. I've been there, I've had the whole thing, and I know that I wasn't listening, I wasn't giving myself adequate rest, I wasn't giving myself adequate time and healing for me, that led to a bad day. And I have to accept that within myself and then just be okay with it and start to move forward. As I said, because of what I suppose the peace, and I always talk about being in alignment and everything is about being in peace with things, whether it's in a positive or a negative state. It's about the how we ourselves can be, and just being at peace with it and going, well, so how can I make tomorrow better? So and it's just the little things. It could be going and getting yourself a nice treat or something, or getting your hair done, or something that will actually make you feel good about yourself. And it's just bringing in those little things on a daily basis that will actually really start to make the difference and start to help improve where your pain is at. I'm going to talk to you in another video about the pains in our body, because I know I touched on them there, but I'll do that in a separate video. Comment below, let me know what you thought. And I will link that other video in here as well when it's posted. And do the whole subscribe, thumbs up, share, comments and everything, and help me spread it and help share the message out there. This channel is very much about helping people create a thinking space and just go, yeah, that's made me think differently, or it's helped me understand something, and just start to share, because I think our lives and our society is not allowing us to think and stop quite as much as we should. So hence why I always try and find lovely, pretty places for us to sit and have our chats. Talk to you in the next video. Bye bye.